Today is Thursday. Thursday, it's said that I can't even remember the dates, but I think it's the 10th of December 2025. Yeah, it's one of those warm days. It was sunny, and now it's actually still a little bit warm. What the hell is that there? It still actually is a bit warm tonight. It's going to be very, very hard to sleep because of the warmth. So the sun was very, very hot during the day. So I was hoping that it would rain, but it has not rained today. So that makes it extremely, extremely hot. So if you are in some swampy areas, you might have a problem of mosquitoes tonight. But I'm hoping people are prepared for that. They will combat the war of the mosquitoes. Luckily, where I'm from, we do not have the malaria sharing mosquitoes. It's just the regular mosquitoes that just makes noise and just a little bite here and there. But they can be a nuisance. Thinking about them. So today, we're not about sport today. We're not about sport. So this is gonna be an hour, probably speaking about important things. Particularly, one of those things would be time. Time is of essence. Time is one important thing one or anybody could actually own. So if anybody or anyone actually gives you a 5 minutes of their time, you should know that you are important to them. I think it's one of the videos I made for the channel Support of Experience, speaking about the importance of time and the fact that if somebody gives you their time, it could be 5 minutes, because most of us actually think 5 minutes is just a fraction of time a day. But to me, 5 minutes is not just a fraction of time in a day, but is a valuable piece of somebody's life, because every minute that passes, it passes with someone's life. We are nearing to death. Every minute that passes, it passes with somebody's life. So we are all nearing to death. So if anyone gives you their 5 minutes, that means you are important to those people. So you should cherish their time, because they are basically giving up their lives to you. So that's why everyone thinks 5 minutes is just a fraction of time in a day, but I do not think it's someone's portion of life itself, because every minute that passes, it passes with somebody else's life. Teddy, soft keys. How you doing, brother? Teddy, soft keys. I assume you are a male, bro, just because you are Teddy. But correct me if I'm wrong. So that's what actually I'm speaking about today. I'm speaking about time and its importance. So good, you? Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I've been good, healthy. Everything's good, bro. I hope we've enjoyed your day. So today I'm speaking about time. I'm not looking at time as time like everybody else looks at time. So if somebody gives you 5 minutes of their time, it means you are important to those people. Thank you, Teddy. That means you are important to those people. So you need to treat their time well. You need to appreciate the moment they give you, because that moment that passes with them giving you their time means a portion of their life has passed, spending their life with you, because time to me is not just time, but it's life itself. Why I'm saying because it's life itself. Every minute that passes with somebody's life. Bye, bye, Teddy. Bye, Teddy. I'll see you next time. Don't forget to subscribe, bro. Don't forget to subscribe. Hi, Charlotte Both. I think you're a South African, Charlotte Both. Are you Africans, Charlotte? both. So I think I look at time basically not by just a fraction. Oh, thank you, man. Thank you. It's easy to identify South Africans if you see their names by their names basically. If you are a South African and you pay attention to details, so time is very important. So if people actually borrow at least 5 minutes of their time, that means they've borrowed you 5 minutes of their life simply because every minute, every second that passes with our lives because we are nearing to death by every minute or every second that passes, let alone an entire hour. If somebody can give you the entire hour, that means you are very important to those people. I'm good, Imran Majid, I'm good. I hope you're also good. That's why it's very important to cherish people's time, because if they give you a time, they are giving you a piece of their life. If they giving, let me repeat this, if people decide to give you their time, they are giving you a piece of their life, not just a time as in a fraction of time in a day. No, it's piece, or it's a fraction of their entire existence, because time passes while they are spending their time with you. Heroic Frames, how are you doing? I hope you're good. Heroic Frames TV. So time passes as they engage with you on their time. It's their life that they spend with you. So I think it's very critical that we actually cherish that moment, cherish the time that people takes to spend with us. It could be in a relationship. Let's not even go to relationship. Let's go. Thank you, Charlotte. Let's speak about this engagement that we have here. So if you come here on this live or on the stream, and actually you spend, let me say, 30 minutes of your life, of your time watching this stream, that means you've given me a portion of your life that equates to 30 minutes. A lot of things can happen in 30 minutes. So if I do not cherish your time that you spend on my stream for 30 long minutes, that means I do not care of your life. Thank you, Charlotte. You said I'm the beast. I only know one beast here on YouTube. That's Mr. Beast. He truly is a beast. That one. But we look up for him as proudly South African. Thank you, Charlotte. So time, I was speaking about time. So time is so valuable that some of us doesn't regard it as valuable as it is, because maybe if you don't have anything going, you wake up in the morning and hope that the day goes well. You have nothing planned at all. If you have that situation, you think that time is not important. So 5 minutes is nothing. But if you are someone on schedule all the time and you always have your day planned, you know how important time is, and you trade a 48-hour day like nobody's business, because you understand the importance of time, and you know you always seek to get more time to actually fulfill whatever it is that you're trying to get. But it's not the case, because we are all given 24 hours in a day. So basically, probably 40 minutes of that time is at night we spend resting. But the time that we actually have to work, I think it's about 12 hours out of 24, which is half a day. So to some people, that's not enough. But to some, that's a lot of time, because some people don't have anything planned. They are okay with somebody planning their day and then instruct them on what to do with their time. They are okay with that. So we are not the same. So if you are okay with somebody planning your day and actually tell you what it is that you need to do, then 5 minutes to you is nothing. You'd cry for the fact that you work an extra 5 minutes by the end of your day where you should have knocked off. But someone who understands time, he appreciates that fraction of 5 minutes, because he knows how much you've helped them through that 5 minutes. Thank you, Charlotte. Through that 5 minutes. So I think we really need to appreciate people's time when they actually give it to us, because it's not just time, but it's their life essence. a portion of their life that they're giving out to us. But at the same time, one thing that we need to understand that is that though time is important and we want. Okay, thank you, Charlotte. I'll see you next time. I'll see you next time, both probably tomorrow if you have time. One thing that you need to mind is the fact that if I want to give you your time, for me, for you to appreciate the time I give to you, I must make sure that our interests are aligned. Our interests are aligned, because if our interests are not aligned, whatever time or portion of my life that I'm prepared to give to you, you will not appreciate it, because our interests at the time are not aligned. What I'd say, sometimes before you visit a friend or you call somebody, a text to check if they are busy or not, I think it's very, very important, because it will let you know if you can make that call, or if you can make a certain proposal, maybe to go to the lunch or coffee, or make that call, or maybe visit. That text is very, very important, because that text will summon the other person to actually expect a call or a visit or going out with you. That will make them driftingly shift their focus to align their interest with yours, so that your time spent together is appreciated. But if you do not text that, are you busy today, and you do not know what's going on with the other person's day, and you just show up and expect them to leave everything and jump to the opportunity to go out with you, there might be a problem with that, because maybe, Kanya, how are you doing? Maybe they might agree out of respect to go out with you, or to have a drink with you, or to have a coffee with you, or to spend a little time or play a game with you. But they will not cherish that time because they have to leave whatever they were doing to attend you. But if you had asked if they are busy or not, then announce your interest, that you are coming. This is what you are interested to do. Then they will work around that idea, because they've agreed first. Now they work around that idea to actually allocate time to actually do those things, and your time with them would be more appreciated, because you didn't just show up and then think people should drop everything that they do and actually attend to you. That's not how we should appreciate life, because time is very, very important. Time is not just time. Time is not just a fraction, a moment in a day. Time is a life. It's a piece of somebody's life. That's what time is. So maybe, I'm not actually telling people what to do, but maybe they will start, or we all should start looking at time in that way, not as just a moment in a day, but as a piece of life to somebody, since every minute that passes goes away with our life, and when we are nearing to death with every minute that passes. So if you want somebody's time, maybe you should actually show some courtesy and be considerate of the fact that they might be busy with some other things, and then appreciate it if they actually want to give you their moment, their piece of life to actually spend with you. Let alone people who are in a relationship. That's a whole different ball game, because this particular partner of yours didn't just give you a fraction of time in a day or a fraction of their life, but they give you their entire existence. Their entire existence, their whole life is given to you in the name of love. I know some people say or think that love does not exist anymore. I do not know where does that come from, but I do not believe that's the case. I do not believe that's the case. If that was the case, If we lose our loved ones, we wouldn't cry. If love was no longer there. So I believe that love is pretty much there, and it's very, very alive, and it is evident every time we lose our loved ones, because it hurts, and we cry, we mourn for them because we love them. Every time they go, it feels like they go with a portion of our own life. So that right there actually is a proof that love do exist. Love is still there, and everybody that lives has a capacity to love. Everybody, I need to repeat that because it's very, very important. Some people have given up in love because they think it's not exist. Maybe they've been hurt so much, but the fact that you hurt, that's the evidence that love exists. Because love's in the opposite end of love, there's hate, and hate sometimes can be generated by jealousy, and jealousy is the result of somebody loving something or someone. So love is there, love will always be there, love will never cease to exist. So if somebody then decided to love you, that means they give you their entire life, they entrust their entire existence to you. Now the question then is, welcome back, Charlotte Botha, welcome back. Now the question then is, how do we then appreciate people who comes and give us their entire existence or entrust their entire life to us? If somebody loves you, that's what they do. They basically entrusting their entire existence to you. So how then do you appreciate that? Is by you. Yes, I'm a South African. I'm in KwaZulu-Natal, Pietermaritzburg, Charles Botha. I'm in KwaZulu-Natal, Pietermaritzburg. So the only way that you can actually show appreciation, if people entrust them their entire existence with you. Lebogang Pindile, how are you doing? You also from Pietermaritzburg, Charlotte. Whereabouts in Pietermaritzburg? So if they entrust their entire life or entire existence to you in the name of love, the only way, thank you very much for the sub, I appreciate that. The only way you can give back to these people is actually doing the same thing. Submit your whole entire existence into them. Pindile is from Enkandla. Where about Enkandla? I only know as far as Intunjambili. I know as far as that, past Kranskop all the way to Intunjambili, but I've never gone down the road across the river. So I know as far as Intunjambili. So how far from Intunjambili are you from, Lebogang Pindile? So I'm explaining that if people actually say they love you, they basically entrusting their entire existence, their entire life, their entire time to you. So the only way you can respond correctly to that is you doing the same thing. We ride or die together. Nkandla. I'm from Kandla. Parliament used to say that a lot. Let me take a sip of water before I lose my train of thought. Actually, my aunt lives there, so I really don't know much about Nkandla. And where are you, basically, Lebogang? Lebogang sounds like a name from Gauteng. So I'm in Pietermaritzburg, by the way. People, don't forget to subscribe. Charlotte, I see you. So I'm speaking about time, the importance of time. Time not being just a fraction or a moment in a day, but time being a portion of life itself. Why am I saying life is a portion of life itself? Because every minute that passes goes away with actually a part of our life. We are nearing to death by every minute that passes. So I've been streaming for at least 19 minutes now. 19 minutes, 39 seconds. So that means a portion of my life that equates to that time has passed while I'm speaking to the camera. A portion of my life has passed. So I've neared to death for at least 20 minutes while I'm sitting here speaking to the camera. And I appreciate you all being with me here, sitting and listening to me, because that means also you have spent at least your 20 minutes of your lives listening to me. So I really, really appreciate that. So that's how much time is, how much important time is, because it moves with our lives, it moves with our existence, it moves with everything we actually live for. That's how important time is. But as I've said, that not all of us look at time in that way, simply because we are composed. My English is not so good. I need to work on my vocab. We are built different. We need to actually acknowledge and accept that fact, that we as the people, we are built different. Whether you are black skinned, white skinned, whether you are from Asia, Europe, Africa, North America, South America, or in the islands, we are built different, but the same. We are built different, but the same. I'm not speaking different in terms of structurally, but I'm speaking in terms of interest. What we want to see, what we want to hear, what we think about, what we want to speak about, we are different in that aspect. We represent a diverse, is that the right way to put it? We are one human, but different at the same time. That's what I wanted to say. So we need to acknowledge that. And so, having said that, that we are different but the same at the same time. Having said that, we will not appreciate time the same way, and we will not view time at the same way. This is my view, that time is actually life itself. Time marks existence. Time marks life. That's how I see things. So I do not look at time as just a moment in a grander scheme of things. No, I look at time as life itself. As I've said, that every minute that passes with a portion of our lives, and we are forever nearing to death with every moment or every minute that passes. So hence, as I'm saying, we are different, then we should accept that we are different, and we cannot look at things the same way, because we have different interests. We have different interests. And if I can ask all of you all there to ask questions, you could see that could be evident, because your questions will not be the same. Every one of you will ask a different question, because it proves that point that I'm trying to make, that though we are the same people with different skin shade, but also we are different because we have different interests. We love different things. We want to hear different things. We want to see different things. We enjoy different things. We are different in that aspect. And in all that, the question is, what makes us coexist? Because we are all living in a time which gradually takes away something from us, which is life, or the essence of life, and it's constantly pushing us near to death. But what holds us together, though we are so different? We have different interests, yes, but what brings us together? Why don't we just disperse all over the place and everybody go to his own thing and do his own thing? I think there'd be a lot of peace with that if everybody could just disperse, go wherever they want to, and do whatever they want. There'll be a lot of peace. Makubi, welcome back. I think it's for the first time I see you today. Welcome back, brother. Good to see you. I hope you've had a great day, namhlanje. So today we're not speaking about sport, but I'm basically speaking about time. So to actually recap on what I've been saying. I've been saying that that's all good. That's all good. That's good. That's all good, bro. I'm happy to see that you are doing okay. So I was saying the fact that to actually recap for you, that time actually, to me, time is not just a fraction or a moment in a day, but for me, time is actually a portion of somebody's life, because I'm saying it's a portion of somebody's life because every moment or every minute that passes, passes with a portion of of everyone's life, and every minute that passes, it ushers us near to death. So in that aspect, I'm saying life, time actually is life. It's not just a moment in a day. So I'm speaking about the appreciation of time, and if somebody decides to give you a 5 minutes of their time, that means you are important to those people, because it's a fraction of their life that they have entrusted to you. I went on to the fact that, let alone to be in a relationship with somebody, because that person actually entrusts their entire existence to you. So the only way you can appreciate that is by you doing the same thing, entrust your entire existence to them. But the question is, having said that, because we have these problems when it comes to relationship, that I give a woman my entire existence and she does the same thing, but then few years down the line, then our interests differs and we separate. But 3 years of my existence has passed trying to build and maintain this relationship. Probably you guys know on how we can actually make this work, because I think it has been a societal problem that uh, you, you you love this person so much and you give everything to them, and they actually do the same thing, maybe in terms of words, because maybe that's the problem. At sometimes, maybe in words they actually give you everything in words, but in reality they're not. Maybe that's the case. Hence, you can build your relationship for years and then it crumbles all of a sudden, and you hate each other. Maybe because the other person didn't actually truly, never actually truly gave themselves into that relationship. Maybe that's the cause. But I'm speaking about the appreciation of time itself, because it is life in a sense. So I would really love to hear y'all's point in terms of that. But if you casually are looking to get somebody's time, you actually need to make sure that your interests are aligned, so that your time may be appreciated. For instance, and now if I walk into a random place and I see somebody sitting alone, it doesn't necessarily give me a right to actually go to them and sit with them and start speaking to them. Lord, I had a malume who was mulling her, and me, I was all in. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry, bro, because it was an older man who actually nigh you. I'm sorry about that. It happens. It happens. Especially, it's common. It's very, very common these days. But I don't think it's something that we should actually be having. But it has become a part of life, as you're saying. It's life, bro. But it happens that you are with a person, you are giving everything into a relationship, but they are there with absolute no shame, knowing that they have other people whom they entrusted their entire existence to, not you. Maybe because you are resourceful. Sometimes that can be the problem. That can be the case and not the problem. Excuse my English. So I was saying that if I walk into a space and I see somebody sitting alone, it does not necessarily give me a right to actually walk to them and start speaking to them. Maybe if I'm walking to them, I should ask if I can sit with them and if I can actually have a moment with them. And then I need to actually get a consent from them that I can sit next to them and start a conversation then. because now I've gotten their attention and our interest must be aligned because I've gotten a consent from them that I can sit next to them and start speaking to them. But that's not how we were raised, especially in black communities. If you see somebody, you don't even ask if they want to talk to you, you just go straight, end up in. And that's, I feel sorry for women, especially, I'm not sure if it's across board, but I feel sorry for black women because we usually do not ask if we can actually chat to them. We just go straight to whatever we want to say. So I think looking at the fact that time is not just a portion or a moment of a time in a grander scheme of things, but it's a life itself. Looking at time in that sense, I've been cautious on how I approach people because I understand the importance of time, because the very few minutes that I take for someone, that means I've taken a portion of their life that equates to that amount of time that I've take talking to them. Content is key these days. We get angry when they say no. We need to fix that about ourselves as gents. Correct, Makubi, correct. I think we also wouldn't have so much, how do I put that? We have so many people who are in jail because of assault, harassment. Maybe if there was a consent, we might have lesser and lesser crimes of that nature. You are right, you say consent is key. It's key, and it's always been key. It's the fact that we are coming from an old era where things were done differently. But I think we know better now. We've been exposed to a lot of information and a lot of things, and I think we understand their life better than our grandparents in terms of civilization. And I think it's time we do better than them. It's time we do better than them. I understand that in the olden days, consent wasn't there. It was a law or a rule or a command, and everybody else has to follow the ruler on what the ruler says. So times have changed. A consent is very, very important. Even to talk to somebody, a consent is very, very important. Is very, very important. But I'm not saying that people should be grumpy and stop having a conversation, because sometimes you never know what people are going through. Sometimes by greeting someone, they feel important, that they have hope again, and they think they can actually live again, because that single gesture, sometimes it's a sign to somebody that actually there are still people out there who acknowledges me as a human. Because sometimes some people are beaten down so much in life that they've lost all hope. They've lost all hope. So having said that, maybe getting a consent is necessary if you are approaching anybody, but greetings, you do not need a consent to greet anybody. So that's not what I'm saying. When it comes to greetings, you do not need consent for that. You greet every people, you be polite, and you ask them how are they doing, and then you keep it moving. But if you want to actually introduce something else, a certain proposal maybe, then I think you need to get a consent when it comes to that. But in terms of greeting, I've seen a lot of people actually looked at life differently because you've spoken to them and they were having a very, very bad day just by greeting and asking how they're doing, and then their mood totally lifts and then they have hope again. So that we cannot actually need to be considered to do. It is our greetings. Sawubona. I see you. Acknowledge their existence. Ubuntu. Correct, Makubi. When I'm Makubi, you have an old spirit somehow. I think yesterday you say you're from 80s, so I understand. Correct. If you actually look at the wording of isiZulu, because I also happen to be a Zulu speaker, a proficient probably Zulu speaker. As you are saying, Sawubona means I see you, or we We see you. Sau, we see you. I think that would be a correct translation. We see you, Saubona, because Sau, it's plural. It's plural. Saubona. If it was a singular form, you would say Gaubona. Gaubona. But you say Saubona. But somehow our forefathers told us that Saubona is singular and Sanibona is plural, but Sanibona is plural to the person receiving the greetings. Sanibona, I see you all. Sanibona, I see you all. Saubona, we see you. We see you. Saubona, we see you. Sanibona, I see you all. There was a problem there, so I think we need to fix that in terms of translation, though. But if you look at the sense of the word itself, Saubona, it's plural from the one who's speaking. It's a group of people greeting a singular person. Sanibona, it's a single person greeting a lot of people. I'm greeting you all together with mine and your ancestors. True. Now that you're saying in that sense, bro, it makes a lot of sense, because if you actually look at probably Dingudi tradition, beliefs and systems, it is said that you are not walking alone as a person, but you are moving with your ancestors. That's the belief that you are not just a singular moving spirit, but you are moving surrounded by some spirits, particularly your forefathers or your ancestors. That's the belief. So it makes sense that we see you, Sanibona. Saubona, we see you, Sanibona, Gianibona, sort of things. So it makes sense that it was structured around that ancestral belief system. But there are so many things that we can actually learn from just the words that are found in isiZulu, because I think isiZulu is one of the richest language out there. I'm not saying other languages are not rich, but having been born speaking isiZulu my entire existence, I only learned English after I finished my matric. That's very, very funny. Some people don't believe that. Where I attended school, we learned English in isiZulu. So no one in my school could actually speak English. So I learned English after I finished my matric. So I was saying that isiZulu language is one of the rich languages, or the only rich language that I know, because it's only isiZulu that I know. I can't say I know English, because there are so many things that I do not understand sometimes in English that I do not understand. Some of them at which I sometimes use that I do not fully understand the depth and the meaning of the words used, and sometimes I do not use the correct wording. But when it comes to isiZulu, there are a lot of things that we can actually learn from that. So that I was saying that greeting a person actually could make someone's day, because some people have beaten down so much by life itself that their entire existence, they deemed it nothing. If I feel like I am useless and I shouldn't exist, then a separate person I do not think can help me in that state. But sometimes by greeting and talking to people and actually make them see themselves as humans again, that actually can spark a new light for them to look at life differently and start living again. So speaking about consent, we do not need to get consent to greet people. But but after greeting, if there is a follow-up or a proposal afterwards, then with that we need a consent. Can I sit here? I think you need a consent for that. Or can I take you out today? You need a consent to that. You don't just barge in. And let me speak about, because I used to drink a lot of alcohol growing up. There was this tendency that we used to have, that we would just barge into somebody's home, and then, because they are our friends, and then we tell them, oh boy, we are moving out, and that's it. No questions asked. We go. Then Siopkab. I'm lucky to understand Chivenda. Yo, bro, we are very, very lucky. Chitsonga, isiZulu, Setswana, Sesotho, English, the rest of the official languages I can understand and conversate. You must be living in Gauteng to understand so many languages. That's the only explanation I can come up with. To understand so many languages, you must have lived in Gauteng at some point in your life, because all those languages are found in Gauteng. It's a boiling pot of so many languages. That is Gauteng. That is Gauteng. There's no way you can understand Chivenda if your entire life has been in KZN. In KZN, everybody needs to speak isiZulu or English, Western, Krugerstop. Oh, I've been to Gauteng in 2014 for only 3 months, but for only 3 months I was by Kempton Park and the Sando area. I was about those areas. I didn't explore much of Gauteng, but around the Sando area, and that's where I was. Western Krugerstop. So I have no idea where that part of Johannesburg is, but I've had a brief stint in Johannesburg, and I've learned that if you only speak isiZulu, it's your life can be very, very hard in Gauteng. That's what I actually experienced during that brief period that I've been in Gauteng for 3 months. You were in the East Eguru Lane. Oh, thank you, bro. I didn't even know that. But I remember that it was at Isando and Kempton Park area. Those were just the areas that I could remember on the top of my head. Thank you for letting me know that was Western. You said that was Western Krugerstop. No, you said that was East Eguru Lane. Thank you for that. I've made some friends there, but I forgot them. And one friend from DRC taught me a language from DRC. What was that language? I forgot the language, but it was no, man. Why am I forgetting that? With one language, no girls for you. Not only girls, bro. There are a lot of things that you will not get in Gauteng if you only speak one language. There are a lot of things that you will not get. If you want to speak one language, probably you better speak English, because everybody understands English, regardless of their home language or their native language, but mostly they can speak their native language and also English. Probably if you speak only English, you might survive, but if you only speak your native language, it's a problem. I saw that. Actually, I almost fought some guys there. It was during 2014 World Cup. So I talk true. Communication is key, bruh. Yeah, communication is key. Always. Actually, I requested the guys that I went to Johannesburg with. I was in construction doing a roof to one of the companies. I think it was Cupid company somewhere in Isando. I was doing a roofing there. So I had a bunch of guys that I was there with. So I was the only guy who actually loved soccer. So I asked them to actually accompany me to go watch a football in the nearest tavern or a bar. I can't remember. So we went there and grabbed a few beers while watching soccer, and I'm interested in knowing people. So I went to the pool and played the pool and conversing with a lot of different people. And when I come back to our table, there's a lot, probably about a dozen of guys that I didn't know who was sitting on our table at that time, drinking alcohol, and I didn't know all those people. And my guys, and my guys were somehow scared of these guys, and they were cornered and they couldn't say nothing. Those guys were just on the table and just drinking alcohol without permission. And when I come back from playing pool, and then the fight broke out because I couldn't stand it. I didn't even know these people. It was my first time seeing them, and there they are in our table drinking on our alcohol that we bought with our money, the money we work hard for. So where I'm from, that's a fight. So that's a fight. So the fight broke out because I couldn't stand that. And I was so irritated by the fact that the guys that I was with there, which were my brothers, most of them, didn't say nothing. So I was so pissed that I was angry at them, but I had to fight with these guys. But the following day, we were friends with the same guys because from that moment, they started to respect us. And I found out that those guys also were from KZN. We fought, and the following day we were friends because I found out that, hi, you type AFK, you from India. Thank you for showing up. Wayne Taylor, what's good, bro? What's good? Welcome back. Welcome back. So we had to fight with those guys because I couldn't understand how would somebody just barge into somebody's table and start drinking their alcohol. I didn't know if it was a culture in Gauteng or what, but I think they were just bullying us. But I couldn't take that, so we had to fight. After the fight has been broken, then we started conversing Izulu. Unguban, and then they start saying their names, and I was like, but if you say you are a Sokela, that means Unzuza when. Unzuza from who? From where? Then I find out that they were from KZN, and then we became friends, good friends, after a fight. So sometimes fight can bring you together, but sometimes it can actually create wars. They were testing waters. Yeah, they were taking chances, bro. They were taking chances, but after that moment, we became good friends. So we know we had some people that we knew that were from also KZN, and so it made life easier because some of the things that we were not understanding and some information that we didn't know about Gauteng, then they began to actually tell us, no, if you want such and such, you need to go there. If you want such and such, you need to go there. If you want to avoid this, don't go there, type thing. So they made actually our life easier. But after we fought, I was still drinking a lot back then, but I've stopped. As I grew up, I realized that I'm too broke to drink alcohol, so I stopped. Now I drink water a lot. I even forgot what we were talking about. Where we went from time to importance of some words in English and their richness. Now we ended up talking about people who were actually bullying us in Gauteng. Because wherever you go, people will always actually see how tough or how strong you are. They will always want to test you. So if you say they were testing waters, you pretty much correct, bro. But sometimes you need to stand your ground. Luckily, back in that time, no one carries guns like they do these days. So today, if a fight broke out today, you know somebody's gonna get shot. So that's the unfortunate part for the youth of today. I'm sorry to the 2000s, to the 2Ks. They didn't see much of life. We, at our times, we fought. If you were knocked out, you live to fight another day. That was it. At least nobody died. You fight, you lose, you live to fight another day. And today, if you fight, they shoot you, you're dead. You go to hell or heaven. So it depends where you go. I don't know where you go, but it depends whether heaven or hell. Maybe. But in our days, yeah, you fight, you lose or you win, but you live to fight again another day. So you will always have actually an opportunity to actually avenge yourself. If they beat you today, you go home, do some sit-ups, some push-ups, some jackknives, a little bit of running, gain your strength back, and get at it again, hoping to win. If you lose again, you try again. They can't beat you 5 times. If they beat you 5 times, then you should stop because you are embarrassing yourself. So that was our situation. But today, it has changed. Not only people are getting shot, some just come up missing. People just vanish out of thin air, and and they are never found. Sometimes, not all the time, sometimes. So that's the case. So I was speaking about time. Uh, so look, you are laughing, bro. So looking at the fact that talking about the importance of time, sometimes the 5 minutes can be taken lightly, especially by someone who actually has nothing planned. If you have nothing planned and somebody else plans your day, you think that 5 minutes is nothing. It's just something that you can actually offer anytime, anyhow, anywhere. But if you are on schedule, if you're on schedule and you are always busy, you understand that 5 minutes is a lot of time. So you need to actually make sure that each and every minute that passes, it passes with you having done something significant or having done something positive to actually help you in a grander scheme of things, because you are on tight schedule. So you cannot afford to waste any minute. But if your day is planned by somebody else, then you do not appreciate the luxury actually of time that you have. So you think that everybody else has the same luxury as you have, but that's not the case. If you actually start to look at life as it is and move with life as it is, not what you think life is, but life as you look at life as it is, and move with life as it is, not with the vision that you've created on your own mind, you begin to realize that actually time is very, very important, and time need to be allocated to the very important people in your life, because time is valuable and time is money and time is so precious. So, but you see yourself fighting. Sometimes you fight with people just because you didn't pick up their phone, and they think that you are ignoring them when you are actually have something very, very important at the time that you are doing, knowing that once you are done and that is off the way, then you get back to them and actually have a proper conversation and give them actually a little bit more time than what they would have get if you have picked up the call. But you see that you find out that there's a fight sometimes because they do not understand that at that particular moment you were swamped and you needed to make sure that you actually uh, concentrate all your focus and time to whatever you was doing. Should you have picked up that call, it wasn't going to be a good conversation, and you wouldn't be a good company simply because your attention was somewhere else. So it's very, very important. If you want somebody's attention, you just make sure that actually your interests are aligned first, and then you will get a good quality time out of a portion of life that you are taking from anybody, because you make sure that first your interests are aligned. I think that's my 2 cents that I can throw when it comes to time. Time is very, very important. Time needs to be cherished. And I will reiterate the fact that if somebody gives you 5 minutes of their time, that means you are important. You must be important if somebody gives you 5 minutes of their time. So you really, really need to appreciate those kind of people. They are your day ones. But there are some people actually also can actually give you an hour of their life to actually observe your every move so that they can find a perfect opportunity to stab you in the back. So there's actually another possibility. But also the fact that they give you their entire hour just to find the weakest spot so that they can stab you in the back, that means you are important to them. Also, you are important so much that they actually sacrifice their entire the entire hour to actually study you, to find the perfect opportunity to step you in the back. So you must be important. Every time somebody give you attention or give you a piece of their time, you must be important. True frenemies, that's what's up, Makubi. That's what's up. They say keep your friends close and your enemies closer, because they want to observe each and every move to find the perfect opportunity to actually slay you. But yeah, that's the life, bro. That's the life, and we really, really need to actually be mindful of that, and actually a dog doesn't back a stationary car, only those that move. That's correct. That's correct. So we can't be naive to the fact that if people give you 5 minutes of their life, you must be important. That means they love you. Some people, it's not that they love you, it's just that they hate you so much that they actually dedicate a portion of their life to actually study you, so that they can actually catch you when you are least expecting, and just so yeah, that's how life is. So it's very, very important to look at life in both sides, like a coin. Can I get a coin here? Yeah, I do. Turan coins, beautiful Turan coins. So it's very, very important to look at life not only on the tails but also on the heads, because that's how life is. Two things can be possible at the same time. So you need to actually anticipate both good and bad, because both good and bad comes simultaneously. Simultaneously. Did I say that correctly? Simultaneously. Both good and bad comes to you. Yeah. Because why am I saying that? Because there's always has to be a balance. The scale must be balanced. The forces must be balanced. If there's love, there must be hate. So if there's left, there has to be a right. If there's a top, there's a bottom. If there's a front, there's also a back. The scale must be balanced. So you really, really do not need to look at life from one side of the coin, but you need to look at both sides of the coin, and expect anything, both good or bad, because anything is possible. Anything is possible. So sometimes you are not observant enough to actually realize that what might come out of this situation is not good entirely, because we are expecting, we as the people actually love good things, so we always expecting good things to happen to us, so much so that sometimes we fail to observe some things when there are clear signs that shows that actually out of the situation nothing good will come out of it, and then we find ourselves hurt so bad. So that's why I'm emphasizing the fact that life is like a coin. So you really, really need to look at both sides of the coin and expect both good and also bad. I think that my 2 cents for today. We usually do 55 minutes every day. It's already 57 minutes. I enjoyed being with you all. And Makubi, thank you very much, bro. You always contribute a lot when you come through. I appreciate that. I'm hoping you will teach me Setswana one day, because I'm trying to learn at least 21 languages. Because I wish by end of December I could greet people at least with half of those languages. Already I can greet with 7 languages, 7 from South Africa, and except Chichewa from Malawi. That's the 8th. Shesheni, I haven't checked if that's a greeting from Mandarin, so I'm not sure if when I'm saying Shesheni, it's really, really a greeting. So I need to verify that fact first. But it was a pleasure always, as always, Makubi. See you tomorrow, boss. Take care. Be safe, bro. It's December. There's a lot of things that happens. Festive, but just be safe, you and your family, bro. Take care. We'll see you. Fantastic Sky. Fantastic Sky. Subscribe so that you won't miss out. You won't miss us out tomorrow, and set that notification bell so that you can see us. Thank you, everyone. I will see you again tomorrow, 9:05 to 10. This is Sipon Sports, Sipon Lovu, your coolest unk. Peace.